Okay, in this video we're going to show how to do a basic search for a specific address. I'm going to start typing here into the window, and one thing I want you to notice is as I start to type, the list will auto-populate. Now it's only going to auto-populate if we have a specific address in our database. Now it doesn't need to be in our database, but if it does start auto-populating, I usually recommend just start off typing and see if you can see the one that's going to pop up. In this case, I know which one I want to check and select it. Again, you can use partial addresses, etc., and it doesn't need to be in our database. But if it is in our database and you see it pop up there, it's a good indication because it usually means that it either has fiber or there is fiber nearby where it qualifies for a near net program. And the first thing we're going to see is up at the top we see the search results, what we entered and what we got back. And you want to make sure that it matches, because sometimes with geocoding you can have, sometimes it can return something different than what you thought. The first window here is the telco information. There's a lot of calculations that go in the background just to figure out who the telco is. And the telco is always going to be the LEC or the ILEC. Now in this case, we see that CenturyLink, formerly Quest Territories, is the LEC. The exchange is Bellevue. The silly code is Bellevue, Washington. And if I click in on this link, I can get some additional information showing me the NPA and XXs, etc. Even the the CO address here. Click back. I see the LATA, the NPA and XX, which can be used for pricing tools. Again, the CO address, the distance to the central office from the site which we had entered in up top. And in CenturyLink, we track CO services that are available as well. In this case, we see DSL, Metro Optical Ethernet, Wavelength Service, Ethernet over Copper, and GPON are all available in this particular central office. Carriers with a presence in this area. So think of this as kind of a broad blip on the radar here that will give you an idea who services this territory. Now, bigger cities are going to have a lot of carriers. Smaller ones will have maybe only a few, or maybe only one or two. Usually there's going to be a telco and a cable co. Ratings, we see ratings based upon what we feel makes them a good carrier. Many times it has to do with their commission programs, it has to do with their coverage. It's a totally unscientific way of rating them. Sometimes we start off with one rating and change it to another. These icons here show how they showed up on our radar screen. We see that it could be from data supplied by the carrier, could be the fact that they have lit buildings in this area, could be an internal database or telco wizard which figures out things up here, and so on. So we can see that it can pop up here with for multiple reasons. When this little icon shows info available, you click on the More button and you're going to see information about the carrier. You can view the website, view contacts, and request pricing. You see this. You can just expand this for each one. Now, when you do view contacts, it'll pop it up into a new window. Basically, in this case, it's going to pop back to our master agency site, where you would then look up the carrier and you would look up the contacts. And again, remember this is specific to our agency, CTG3. We do have many master agents using our tool, so those may not apply to what you're doing, but good indicators. Okay, so now we've covered that section. We see over on the right side, we see the site that we searched on. There's a black icon here showing the central office location, and the radius here is shown as a 1 mile radius. We can request pricing and even request more specific research with fiber maps. Requesting fiber maps is available to our professional and premium subscribers, and also to customers and partners of our company. This is a manual request, but the data will show more specific fiber maps. This is all we're going to cover in this video. On the next video, we're going to show how to look at the lit building results.